to start things off, can I have everybody make a perception check for me? Ayla, no one else seems to notice this. You feel a pair of eyes watching you. Um, Whatever just happened, some concerned party was observing this. The docks are suspiciously empty. You get the sense that that something is watching you from within the water.
I want to try to contact Simon.
He rushes up towards you. They left. They left. I tried to stop them. I wanted to be known that I tried to stop them, but
Simon,
the crew,
Simon. Who left? The crew?
Yeah. It was Suzanne's idea. She decided that we're on a new island. Like we haven't had a break for a while, and she wanted to. She basically stirred everybody up and said, "Let's go to a tavern." Ha 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 ha.
A little bit of shore leave. Never hurt anyone, at least for the moment.
He is kind of coming to. What happened? He looks up at you blearily, blinks his eyes, and he says, my new friends. I should have been able to see this coming. It's strange. The last memory that I have is receiving a message.
It may be pertinent for us to go back and see if that message still exists. We'll discuss, but you should rest for now.
He says, I sense a great danger coming, and then falls asleep.
This has made me realize something, though. This ship needs a doctor, and a good ship without a medic.
There is a good medic on this island, but it would be a shame to take the only one away from them.
Very possible we can just put another job on Simon's plate. I think the guy never
So the four of you are like back and forth arguing about what to do, whether or not to steal a whole ship from people who are still very much alive. Suma, as you get to like the final part of this identify spell, the mist inside of the ball fades a little bit, and you see like an eye inside the ball. You hear a voice. It's been a while since someone has tried to cast Identify on one of these. Very exciting.
May I ask who we're speaking to?
I am Portia Casaria, and this is one of Portia's portable portents. This is an artifact that I devised because I needed it at the time. That's why wizards do things.
As one does, yes.
We like to make stuff that doesn't make sense to fuck with destiny. So everybody is in Aurelius's room. There are footsteps coming up the gangplank. You can hear like a voice calling out like, we know you have him in here. Come on, don't make us come get you. We know you're here.
All
yes.
Right, so the plan is, all of us sneak out of the boat through the holes. Then somehow climb back up and surprise them.
As y'all are talking, you feel the ship lurch. That's one down. You hear something snapping.
Oh, we gotta go now. We gotta go. Okay, I'm gonna start going to the hole, the cannon hole. The one that can open, because we know what others can't. And I'm gonna try to, with my 2 daggers, and climb back up.
I was gonna stealth up to the stairs, but try to stay out of eyesight to the entrance.
Okay, you make a bit of noise. Gallet, you had one pinned, you were reaching up with the other one, and the other one slipped.
I'm like, oh god, they heard me. Make a new silent image in the water, and it's the Windseer, and he's like trying to swim the other way from me.
These two see like the figure of Aurelius, kind of very elegantly, like gracefully freestyling. He's kind of like diving in and then coming back up. There he is! And they drop everything they're doing, like, never mind the business with the ropes. There's our quarry. I don't care about anybody else on the ship. Currently, this is where we're at currently. You feel a piercing pain in your shoulder. You whip around and you can see deep underneath the water. You see a pair of blue eyes, like in the depths, looking up at you. You feel this thing yank you towards it. You see that this is one of the Warforged that greeted you.
I'll move my ring in front and I will attempt to Eldritch Blast him in the mouth.
The 9 does not hit. Because your Eldritch Blast is a pressurized burst of water, if you use it in water, it'll propel you in the opposite direction. all you hear is like, and then like Gallet like pushing up into the air. But Suma and Alok both now fully know where you are.
Can I try to lower a rope down?
We had 3 people with -1 to strength.
16. You pull him up. Rubik, you're in Aurelius's room. Above your head flies a small sphere. It cracks against the wall, and you can't see anything. You stay in here for fully way too long. That the moment you can feel like your body getting heavy, and kind of like beginning to be unresponsive, and instinctively you push yourself away from the bed, stagger backwards into the hall, and collapse. You are briefly incapacitated. They've now both fully dove into the water, so at any moment, they're going to realize that this is an illusion.
You know what? I have a great idea. All you guys fight and I'll go get her. Huh? Perfect.
You're the captain.
Fine.
You zoom downstairs. The 2 Glinian members realize this is an illusion.
It's fun,
Everybody roll initiative. You kind of go up to Aurelius, and you see that there is a very faint gas like circulating throughout the room. It's like wafting out of the room and like through the holes like in the ship that you're in, and like the window, and there is like, I think almost as if he's not really controlling it, a little bit of like wind circulating around his face that is like keeping this poison out. Do you wake him or do you say anything to him?
Slap! Try to wake him up with a hard slap.
Oh, what was that for?
Wake up, we're leaving!
Why are you wet?
I'm gonna start my Blade song. His style is a little bit of like whirling dervish styles. There's like a lot of like spinning and using momentum.
Okay, your turn to babysit. Someone needs to watch him. I'm gonna go fight.
I will valiantly drag him to my room.
Strike him while he is busy taunting.
I feel like you're a fencer.
Nat 20.
I'll take a shot. Oh shit.
My god!
Oh my
man-
god! This man is fully gone.
Knock him out with the like blunt end of my rapier.
You hit him and he drops. As he drops to the ground, the same hook that had clawed Gallet from below the waves comes up, hooks into like his side, and yanks him off the dock and into the water. This person is announcing themselves to you. A Warforged walk up to you. They were kind of like hiding. They kind of like repel themselves onto the deck. Shao says, "It is a pity I would have to stoop to such actions myself. A lot of you have left me no choice." You use Thunderwave. This blast of energy pulses out from you, and it hits him. They are not able to resist this. They are pushed back, and they fly over the railing of the ship. They fall into the water. Gallic, you hear footsteps on the other side of the door. Wet footsteps. And a hook crashes through the door of Aramis's quarters where you are, and this thing kind of yanks at the door, and the door comes off the hinges. They come into range, and you immediately hit them with Eldritch Blast. Boom! Immediately rebuffed by the Eldritch Blast, and stagger backwards. They aim for Aurelius. Their hook comes out, pierces Aurelius in the stomach, and yanks him off the bed onto the ground in front of you.
Ophelia, you got the healing duty! And I'll roll away from the bed.
I'll cast Burning Hands.
Fire is super effective against things made of wood. How do you finish this guy off?
Reach out my hand and almost like gently cup his face and make that the center point of the cone.
Turn the corner, throw my bow to the side, pull out my rapier, and I'm gonna dash up.
Blade comes through his chest, arrow in the side of its head. It turns towards you. Error, and then hits the deck. As you are there, though, Alok, you do see Aurelius bleeding out. We were out of combat. You're gonna rush downstairs. You all get down there, and you see just a mess of blood on the floor of Aramis's old quarters. Gallet standing, like crouching over him with the healer's kit, attempting to stop the bleeding. Alok is against the wall, just head in hands, like it's a mess down here. You have to step over this Warforged automaton corpse in order to get into Aramis's room, and you see Aurelius is gone.
No.
His breathing completely stops. I've been rolling death saves for him. I'm gonna do something strange here. Can I have everybody but Alok deafen this call for a bit? Okay, we're all back. It's almost as if like time skipped a beat. Something has changed in the air, and Aurelius draws a breath. The bleeding has stopped. He's still in poor condition, but he's no longer dead. He looks up at you, Gallet, the closest person to him, and he says, "What happened?"
I got rid of the scurvy.
I had scurvy?
Yeah.
I am the prediction guy, and it is crazy how little I have foreseen of today's events. You are now aware these Warforged have come to kill Aurelius. So you all go into the hold, and you see that this Galenian cleric is like tied up with rope extremely tight, and the full brunt of the armored snail's weight is directly on his back, keeping him from moving whatsoever. He's like, "Please, I can feel its spit is acidic, I'm pretty sure, and it's kind of burning my. This is a really nice set of robes."
I'll slap the guy. Tell us what we want to know.
No. Bold of you to assume that I know what you want to know.
Why were you looking after Aurelius?
Aurelius Windseer is a valuable asset to the Gallon Republic. The Storm King wished to have him in his court, and I do as the Storm King commands.
Fair enough. Why were you working with the Warforged? Another slap.
Ah,
These are really weak
that's-
slaps, by the way. I got 8 in strength. Like, they're like, ah.
They wanted Aurelius off of the island, and we wanted him in Palestream. Listen, all I understand is that there are a couple of them who are made different than the others, and they hold the most authority on the island. They call them the Mark Ones. I will say that you guys can tie him up to the extent that you know he's not going anywhere.
Unbeknownst to me, it is apparently quite illegal to light things on fire, which is fair when they discover that Shal has gone missing and or his body is now a charcoaly log. That will not be good.
For sure.
I don't think we can stay on this island very much longer. We could take Justine's ship. It's small, but it holds at least 10 or so people, which means us and a few animals.
I can't leave my crew behind.
But I mean, a lot of them were planning on leading a different life anyway. Or we convince Orin to do it for more free.
Okay, if we offer him the boat in 200 gold, that boat's probably worth at least 300.
Yes, you level up. Yes, you level
Where
up.
is Simon? No. Where is Simon?
Oh.
Is
He was in a barrel that whole time.
Oh yeah.
He slept through the whole thing.
Where is Simon? I'm worried.
Yeah, do you look for him?
Yeah.
Go ahead and make a roll. You sense anxiety in the air. You sniff it out.
It's in the
And you're
cupboards.
you go into the kitchen, and you hear whimpering, and you open like a barrel just full of pickles. Then Simon pops out. "Is it over? Is it over, Captain?"
He killed so many of us. We barely
Oh
got
my
out.
god. Which ones and why was it, Suzanne?
Get out of the barrel. You should get out of the barrel.
I will say that is probably a good spot to end. If we maybe want to like